Hi guys, it's Marika with Handmade by Marika, and for this month's All-Star Tutorial Bundle, I am playing with the Playful Alphabet and the Playing with Patterns. So it's part of the Playing with Patterns suite, and I will only be using the dies and the Designer Series paper. So let's get started and I'll show you my project. So we're gonna start with, you're gonna need 10 different designs, so 10 papers. Actually, it's 20 different designs, but you need 10 papers out of your pack. And you're gonna cut it up into strips, and you'll have the dimensions in the PDF measurements. And then cut it up into squares. So in total, we're gonna have 20 squares. So you have on one side, and then on the other side you'll have the different design. So with all the 20 squares that you'll have, you're gonna reverse them. Anyways, you get the point. So that's it for the cutting of that paper. Now you're also gonna need some adhesive sheets, some scraps of paper, and I chose Purple Posy. So you're gonna want to use colors that coordinate with the paper, but I did add the Blushing Bride because I don't know if you guys noticed in this one here, it looks like there's a little pink in there. So I went with the Blushing Bride, Calypso Coral, and Crushed Curry. So those are the 4 colors that you're going to need scraps of paper of. And I've backed them all up with some of that adhesive sheets, except for the Purple Posy that I will just do with you right now. So I'm just going to glue that on there. And I think that should be enough. If we need more, then I'll add some more. Now for the fun part, you'll want to take all the letters of the alphabet. So be careful because some of the dies are duplicate. So there's like 2 E's and 2 O's. So you just want to take one letter of the alphabet. So that's technically what I'm doing. I'm doing like a frame with the alphabet on it. So just take out all the dies and then sing the alphabet along as you want. And once that's all out, we're just gonna divide them up in colors. There we go. I have all the dies taken out. Now for the fun part, we're gonna just scramble it all up, mix it up, and since we have 4 different colors here that we want to die cut our letters out, we're going to divide our letters into 4 little tacks. So those will be those letters. This one will go on that color. This will go on the Purple Posy. And then these letters will go on the Crushed Curry. So you're going to want to run this in your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and die cut all the letters out. So now that we have all our letters die cut, we're going to bring in our layer to glue them all on. So I have my Whisper White piece here, and my backing, I decided to go with a Purple Posy this time. So this will be glued on top of each other, giving it a nice border all the way around. So we're going to lay our letters right on top here. So I have figured it out that we need 5 rows. So we know that A is here, and then my B is in here. Nope, that's B. So C. So we're just going to go ahead and lay them all out until we like the way they are all set. And the fun part is that it's going to be all random and we don't need to keep it straight, so that way it gives it a fun effect going with our different patterns that will be going all the way around. Okay, I said 5 rows, but it's actually just 4. So now that I've set all my letters the way I like them, I try to space them out pretty even on both sides on each row, and then space them up between themselves on each row again, and then on the top and bottom layer. So it's not necessarily even on both sides, like on top and the side, but at least it's pretty centered and I'm happy with the way it goes. So I will go ahead and glue down. I always try to start in the middle. So that's the fun part of the adhesive sheets. they're all stickers now, so you can just go ahead. Now I'm not pressing them all down quite just yet because I want to make sure that I do try to keep it as straight but still fun looking, so like the letters are just dancing on the sheet. And what I like about the colors, I don't know if you noticed, but XYZ is all the same color, but that's the randomness of just not necessarily overthinking it and trying to figure out, okay, I don't want two colors of the same next to each other. I actually don't mind, and I think it adds to the fun and randomness of the alphabet. Just like there's so many ways to sing the alphabet. Now, for those of you who don't know, I do have a little boy. He is 1 year old now. So this was pretty fitting as I needed a decoration to put in his bedroom. And since we're always singing the alphabet, then we have something to follow along with. So I like how that looks. I'm just going to go ahead and press them all down. And then we're going to do the same thing for all the other 3 rows. So now that our letters are all glued to our Whisper White piece, we're going to bring in, I have the purple posy, but in the PDF measurement document, it's a Coastal Cabana. So it's the Coastal Cabana layer. So we're just going to glue that on. Fairly easy and simple. Then this will be centered all the way around. There we go. I'm liking it so far. So exciting. Okay, so now we need a piece of Whisper White. These are the cardstock that comes with all our DS Designer Series paper. This is an old one, Nature's Poem Design. It's an old one. So I have this laying around, and this is what we're going to use to glue everything down, and then we'll be able to put it in our frame. So this will be centered right here. Now, to help me figure out how to lay all my squares all the way around, I'm going to start and find the center on the long side. So you need a ruler, and then I know that it is a 12 by 12 paper. So I'm going to go and make a little mark at the 6 inch there. So that's all I'm doing just at the top there to start out with. And then I'm going to bring in my first piece of that square, and I'm going to put it right on the edge right there. And before we glue everything down, I just want to go all the way around the frame and figure out how I want to lay my squares. So it just gives us an idea, and we get to play with the patterns. So let's put that one like that. So that's all you have to do. Just go all the way around the frame. And add your little squares. Let's put this one here, like so. And you just keep going, trying not to use the same Designer Series paper twice, since we did cut enough to make them all different. There. How about this one here? And then, oh, probably can't see anymore. I'm going to bring up my project here. That one will go in the corner there. Oh, did I do that one twice? I did that piece twice. This one. And how about this here? I did that one twice too. I didn't notice I had 2 of the same design, so I'll have to go and cut some more paper. once we have all our little squares laid around our alphabet frame here, we can go ahead and start gluing. So with that little line I did at the top, I'm going to start with that one here. I don't necessarily want to start with one in the corner because I think I might have to trim it down a little to fit in the frame. So if I start in the center, that way it'll add up on all four sides. So we're just gonna take our glue, and so I am gonna remove my alphabet here. I don't need that right now. I want to glue all my squares first. So there we go. So I line it up on the side of my Whisper White cardstock, and with that little line I did there. So we're going to go all the way around and add our little squares. So just keep going all the way around, and then I'll come back and finish it up. Okay, so I've glued all my squares all the way around. Now, another quick tip, be careful when you put them all in. It's kind of hard to keep them all straight when you're going all the way around because of all those multiple cuts and making sure our papers are really straight next to each other. So I had to lay my square piece here, my alphabet piece, a few times just to make sure that it was still going pretty straight and that I'd be able to fit my layer right in the middle of those little paper pieces there. So just play with it and try to go as straight as you can. And what is nice about this paper is that it's light and subtle, so it's very forgiving of all that white spaces around. You barely see it when I lay my alphabet piece here. So that's it. We're on the last step. We're going to glue in our alphabet layer. Now I do want to make sure that it will stick. I don't worry about using the Stampin' Seal Plus because it will be framed, so it's not like it's going to be played with that often. But then we just glue it all down, and voila! There's your alphabet frame for you guys using that Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper. So this is the one I made. I'll be giving it to my goddaughter. So she just moved back from out west, so now I'm very excited. She'll be close by, so we'll be able to visit. So this will be hopefully going in her bedroom. And then this is the one I made for my little guy. So it's already framed and ready to go. As you can see, I think there's more of that Night of Navy in this one, and I did use the Night of Navy with the colors and the Coastal Cabana. So just by switching the different cardstocks to our alphabet, it gives it a different kind of look, I find. So this is my project. I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to check out all the other projects. See you next month. Bye, guys.